Wait a minute. Okay, fans, I'm sure, much like all of you, I was suckered into believing that Brock Guffman was actually going to do the right thing and apologize to Matt Stryker and Cody Hawk for forcing them to wrestle last week after the vicious attack. But no, for some reason, these two men, Quinten Lee and Allah Hussein, making their way to the ring. What's this all about? What's the meaning of all this? A real meeting of the minds here in the ring this week, fans.
In front of everyone here, in front of this audience on television, Mr. Lee, I would like to apologize to you. I know that you had a hangdown last week, and it was cutting into your cuticle, and I apologize to you that you were not 100%. I want to know, are you 100% ready to go tonight? I am. Then I would like you to start off this program this evening. Yes, as a little bit of penance for my wrongdoing last week.
Well, there you hear an apology by Brock Guffman to Quinten Lee and Allah Hussein.
From downtown Baghdad and Logan County, Ohio.
Hang now, we heard Brock.
And high IQ Quinten Lee. And their opponent.
Our first matchup this week, fans, Quinten Lee and Allah Hussein already in the ring following the apology by Brock Guffman. They're going to be taking on this young team, this young upstart team of Rob Matrix and Jon Moxley. We saw them tag together here last week. A very impressive showing by these two. We're going to see if they can do it again once this week. They did come up on the losing end last week, but that was against the tag team champions, so no shame there.
Brand new tag team duo here, and you know, it's a lot of fire in these guys too. Look at them, they're all ready to go. I don't know about this Jon guy though. He's just, does he know that he's in a wrestling ring right now?
I'm sure he knows. Of course, Rob Matrix has had several matches with Allah Hussein, one of which where he came out on top, so these two know each other very well.
Yes, he did, and that matchup was actually back and forth, so this should be an actual barn burner here that we're looking at to start off HWA television. Both these guys, Rob Matrix and Allah Hussein, went hold for hold last time, submission hold after submission hold.
And right now they're going hold for hold once again in the ring right in front of us.
Oh, look at that.
And the fans really get behind this kid, Rob Matrix. Jon Moxley also gaining support from these fans.
Something I don't understand, too. All the fans get behind Rob Matrix, and it's because he's a foreigner, but it's not because they don't get behind Allah Hussein the same way.
I can't believe it. Rob Matrix with a side headlock. Hammerlock it. Takes him down, a single leg takedown from behind. Not just slapping him in the back of the head. That's just more insult for injury.
There's a little bit. I don't think Rob Matrix wants to do something like that. I know he makes him feel good, gets the crowd behind him. But you do not want to tick off someone like Allah Hussein.
What would it be? What would it do for the careers of Rob Matrix and Jon Moxley to pick up a win here this week on HWA Domination against two of the most talented superstars here in the HWA?
It would definitely catapult them, because you have to look at right now Quinten Lee and Allah Hussein as one of the top contenders for the HWA Tag Team titles.
Series of forearms to the ribs. Matrix sent into the ropes. Big scoop slam by Quinten Lee, but he's sent on his back. Matrix with a body slam of his own. Goes for the cover, 1, 2. Couldn't get 3 out of that one. Matrix right back in with the front face lock. Goes into the corner to make the tag with Moxley.
Nice move there by Rob Matrix, dragging Quinten Lee back to his corner so he can tag in his fresh partner.
Moxley with a side headlock takeover. Quinten Lee catching himself on his shoulders and needs to watch out for that. Moxley, the most inexperienced of these 4 men in the ring.
Inexperienced, but the thing is, the kid does have a lot of heart. Now, heart doesn't necessarily win you wrestling matches, but it does give you a good showing.
Quinten Lee only with the 2 count. Moxley managed to escape. A brutal forearm right to the face of Moxley. And now he's in enemy territory. With a double chop thrust to the throat by Quinten Lee. Now he tags in Allah Hussein.
And Jon Moxley actually came here very highly recruited. A lot of college football teams were looking at him. But he said no, he wanted to get into professional wrestling. That's why he came here.
Wanted to try his hand to the Sport of Kings, and here we are with Jon Moxley in the Heartland Wrestling Association. Al Hussein with a vertical suplex. No, Moxley escapes out of it. Al Hussein quickly recovers, drops him headfirst into a DDT. Doesn't hook the leg, giving Moxley a chance to kick out. Again, Moxley in the wrong part of town. All Rob Matrix can do is watch him across the ring. I think this crowd thinks they're at a football game as well.
I think so.
Moxley fighting his way out of the corner. Irish whip reversal. Back elbow takes Moxley off his feet.
I just wish he brought some cheerleaders out here with him. Oh!
Just a violent stomp right to the side of the face. It would do well for Moxley to make it to his corner, make a tag at this point, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, that's not good when you're not wearing a helmet. It's one thing that I think he's going to have to come to grips with. He has no padding in there right now, as he would with it when he was in the football field.
No padding, no timeouts. No referee calling penalties, throwing flags. This is professional wrestling.
Oh, there's some penalties going on right here that a normal ref would have called.
And wait a minute, come on, Lopez, get in there. Just raking the eyes across that top rope. And now choking him. Joe Lopez with the 5 count.
Oh. Oh.
Crushing suplex. Al Hussein floats over into the lateral press to no avail. Only a 2 count.
And that's one thing you still got to say about Jon Moxley. I mean, he's shown me the last few weeks that the kid does have a lot of heart. He's stupid, but he does have a lot of heart.
I wouldn't say stupid, inexperienced maybe.
All right, not bright.
Now Al Hussein cutting off that oxygen and blood flow to the brain. Moxley needs to get to his feet. He needs to get out of this hold. Quinten Lee trying to get this crowd behind Al Hussein. A futile attempt. And it looks like Al Hussein had a head full of hair.
Then Al Hussein did the right thing. He cut off that ring. He did not allow Jon Moxley to make that tag. You can see Rob Matrix was itching at the bit to come in. Keeps him over on his side of that squared circle. This is going to allow Quinten Lee and Al Hussein a lot of chances to tag in and tag out right now.
A chance for a blatant chokehold.
Quinten Lee asking Joe Lopez if he knows the rules. I think senior official Joe Lopez does know the rules.
He is the senior official. He knows exactly what he's doing. Lopez always calls it right down the middle.
Well, he's just going through him right now. He's asking if that was okay. Joe Lopez said no. Oh, look at that.
Jon Moxley in a lot of pain here. Quinten Lee applying a full Nelson with his legs. And Quinten Lee's got to be careful not to get himself pinned.
Oh, look at that. Jon Moxley almost had the upset there over Quinten Lee.
What an opening match this has been so far on Domination, folks. Thanks for joining us. Small package. Quinten Lee almost found himself pinned to a 3 count.
But Jon Moxley, though, at the same time, I don't know, he doesn't have the experience yet. He doesn't have that time in the ring to be able to go up against someone like Quinten Lee or Al Hussein.
Well, being in here with these two guys is going to help him learn, that's for sure. For good or for bad. Both men in the ring now. Quinten Lee needs to get out. Al Hussein has to tagged in.
There you go. That was a veteran move right there, too.
And did you see that? A blatant thumb to the eye by Al Hussein, followed up by a crushing elbow.
Rob Matrix calling out in his native tongue for Jon Moxley to tag him. I don't think Moxley can hear him at this point.
I don't know if Moxley can hear much of anything. Still manages to kick out.
At the same time, it's got to be very frustrating right now to Quinten Lee and Al Hussein that they can't put this young kid away.
Very quick tags. Good tag team wrestling by Quinten Lee and Al Hussein. It's one good thing I can say about him. It's a clubbing forearm to the back. Quinten Lee feeling it in his own forearm.
I mean, last week they got a substantial victory over what some people call the HWA icons, Cody Hawk and Matt Stryker.
And let's be honest, Cody Hawk and Matt Stryker were not 100% for that match.
Well, you didn't hear me. Neither was Quinten Lee.
so we hear. Back of the match.
Quinten Lee, what's he going here? I think he took a little bit too much time there, but
Almost like he's playing with this kid. Now looks like he's got him in a position for a power bomb.
And he looks right over in his side of the corner, too.
Taking an awful long time. Moxley recovers.
Oh, look at that.
Throwing punches.
He's trying to fight out a little bit. Ow!
Moxley dives, makes the tag.
He's got the tag. Rod Matrix ball of fire coming in.
Double chops all around. Big clothesline. And how about another?
Oh, drop kick. And hits Allah Hussein with one, too. Rod Matrix is on fire here.
He's cleaning house. Big back body drop. Quinten Lee hits the canvas. Matrix for the cover. 1, 2. I thought he had him.
Just 2. I did, too.
Snap suplex. Moxley floats over. 1, 2. Quinten Lee barely escapes. Side Russian leg sweep. This could be it. He hooked. No, did not hook that leg.
Same time,
mistake.
You got to wonder what Quinten Lee's feeling right now. He had that kid right where he wanted. Just took a little bit too much time trying to put him away. Now Jon Moxley in with a big power slam of his own. 1, 2, no.
I just wonder if Moxley's had enough time to recover. Sends Quinten Lee into the ropes. Quinten catches him looking. Rookie mistake.
Oh, there it is, too.
This is it's the same move they used to put away Cody Hawk and Matt Striker. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, this tag team victorious 2 weeks in a row here on HWA Domination.
2 weeks in a row. You got to think that puts them very close. I know that we're going to have to look at them very closely to see if they're the #1 contenders right now. But a good showing for Rod Matrix and Jon Moxley. You got to give the kids credit.
Give these kids a little time. They're going to be right up there as contenders for that HWA Tag Team title. Up with the best of them, but this week they fall short as Quinten Lee and Al Hussein pick up the win. And look out, here comes Quinten Lee. Come on, enough's enough. Matrix sent to the outside. Moxley's trapped all alone with these 2 jackals.
I don't know if they said something to him, maybe.
Come on, somebody needs to stop this. The bell is right. Here comes Matt Striker and Cody Hawk. And the ring clears out.
You guys are real big and tough when it's 2-on-1. Real big and tough when you guys got the advantage to start the match. Well, look at us. We're fresh this week. Nobody's gotten their hands on us. So, Guffman, I think you need to bring your butt up here and make the match right now. Me and Cody against Big Al and Dum Dum here.
Brock Guffman called out by Matt Striker. Matt Striker wants a rematch from last week.
Actually, I think I'd like to see that match, even though they already got a win over you last week, pretty decisively from what I saw. But I'll tell you what, at Montgomery County Fairground, I'll have you 2 guys up against those 2, and the winner of that match gets to go on the next night at Hamilton and face the tag team champions. They will be crowned the #1 contenders. Because that makes good business sense.
Well, a lot more than pride and retribution here at stake. These 2 teams, Cody Hawk and Matt Striker, will face off with Allah Hussein and Quinten Lee in Montgomery County. Both teams gunning for a #1 contendership for the very next night. Fans, we'll be right back after these messages.
IQ, Quinten Lee and Allah Hussein. And the winning team in that match will become the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship.